It's a dawn of a new day. The first working day in the week. As a matter of fact, it is the second week in the month of June, AD 2025. Today is Monday the 9th. And we'd like to say welcome to another edition of the Kia Morning Show here on Kia Radio 95.9. As always, we're here and to make sure that everything is all right. Too many things to talk about on the show. Too many happiness over the weekend. Monrovia was the scene of attraction over the weekend, beginning Friday and Saturday, including Sunday as well. But in all we do, let us make sure to keep the peace. Let's make sure that we remember our country, Liberia. After 14 years of civil unrest, it is our obligation to continuously maintaining the peace of this dear motherland. My name is Jefferson Perry Weir, and of course, Obejiba is here with me. Together, we're going to rumble around issues of national concern strictly up to 10 o'clock this morning. On the first segment, as usual, we go across the country and we speak with our contacts in the various counties. They bring us up to speed, tell us about developments across Liberia. After that, we chit chat a little bit, and then at the 8 o'clock, former Vice President of the President of Liberia, Otavian Williams, sit with us. We have a wonderful conversation. 9 o'clock, representatives from Orange Liberia will be here to talk about the Orange Connections Day. We'll also, before that, go up Capitol Hill where today, the CDC and opposition, CDC and other political parties are expected to converge at the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Our reporters are already there. We will go there and they'll feed us in with information. They'll update us. So be there while we're here. We will take this break and then we'll come back, usher in my colleague Obejiba, and then we'll move around. So stay tuned. Kia Morning Show on Kia Radio 95.9. Okay, so welcome back again. After that break, we like to say welcome to the Kia Morning Show. My colleague is Obe Sebastian Jiba, and Obe is here. Let me now welcome Obe to the show. Obe, good
Good
morning.
morning, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Liberians. It's good to be back here this morning on a wonderful and splendid Monday. Yes, and so normally a lot of people We ain't like Monday because after the weekend, with
Yeah.
family, friends, and hanging around, and then you come to work on Monday to do the Liberian people's job. It's hectic, it's difficult, but this is what we are committed ourselves to. This is what we love doing best. This is where we can sit comfortably and say, we're making our contribution towards the growth and development of Mama Liberia, the progress of our state. Matters a whole lot. Yes, and of course, let's keep talking because the day we stop talking, our lives come to an end. So let's engage. Let's talk. Let's talk the talk. Let's go through what we should go through for the sake of our country, Mama Liberia. So welcome to it. Um, we'll go across the country to take our contacts shortly, and then we'll join our reporters across Liberia this morning, Monrovia, and its environs to talk to them to bring us live update on happenings. Too many things in the country. Well, this is a country of law, and so therefore, as it is widely known and said, the law must take its course, irrespective of whatever. And so, Capitol Hill seems uh, as a scene of attraction on today. The court, the opposition CDC, as Jefferson Perry, we are said, following an initial indictment of four lawmakers, five, but one was released. And so, let's follow the process, the legal process, and ensure that what is best for this place called Liberia be done. Well, and we're going to talk about that, but let's see if we can run to a few of our contacts on the program this morning. They're going to bring us up to speed with the latest happenings across the country as well. As you are there, we are here. Go to Facebook, share our live video. Let's see if we can acknowledge some of our viewers this morning watching us live on the program. Those of you who are following us, Rufus Water says, your thanks for great information day by day. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Rufus Waters Kukulati. J. Jeremiah Steven says, good morning. I'm watching you from UN Drive, Rally Times Market. Thanks so much for joining us. All of you following us on our online TV this morning, drop your comments. We're going to read them out for you. What is it? Wherever and however you're following us from this morning. Our motorcyclists would like to say good morning for consistently following us as well. Our KK drivers, riders would like to say good morning to all of you as you're following us from the KK, from your taxis, in your offices, at home as well. Would like to say good morning. Welcome to the program this morning. Hope you had yourself a wonderful weekend. We are back to do the Liberian people's job, and this is what we are committed to. Let's continue to talk about those things that matter. And as we continue to talk about them, we're going to move forward. We disagree to agree at the final analysis to move Liberia forward. Peace is what all of us enjoy as Liberia is now a non-permanent member on the United Nations Security Council. Let's ensure that we become a global icon of peace around the world. Let's ensure that irrespective of some of those political issues, everything is political. Government is entitled. So sometimes, Jeff, before we go to our contacts, I hear people say this thing is being too political. Everywhere is political. Even in the churches nowadays, very much highly political. The mainland churches, whatsoever, church you also talk about, very political. Politics is the order of the day in our country, Liberia. But again, the legal process must be followed for of any other thing that you would like to talk about as well. Yeah. And so we'll go to our contacts.
Bond County.
Let's go to Bond County this morning.
Yeah, our man Nathan Cully is, and of course, Nathan is our Central Liberia contact. Nathan, good morning and welcome to the show.
Nathan has Central Liberia. Great. Action Aid Liberia with support from the Swedish Embassy celebrates a day-long cultural festival with traditional leaders and women from 4 counties in Banga, Bond County. You want to walk us through the detail of that development? Mhm. 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 Great. All right. And of course, thank you so much for fitting us in with that development. Is there any other thing you'd like to chip in before taking leave of you? Mhm. Great. Thank you so much for joining us for Bon County this morning. Wishing you all the best for the rest of the day. Thank you so much. Our Bon County contact then we'll go to Lofa County shortly. And of course, from Lofa County, we'll run to Grand Bassa on the program this morning. In Lofa County, the local community radio, the breaking ground for the construction of that particular radio facility, and the managing director at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Mohammed Ali, serve as the guest speaker on that particular occasion. Let's hope we can get the detail from Lofa County with our contact there.
Man Samuel Bully
Mhm.
is our Lofa County contact. We are trying to establish this to get to Samuel Bully so that he can fill us in exactly with this development that is coming up from Lofa relative to the groundbreaking of the radio station. Let's see whether we can again get Samuel Bully on the line this morning from the northern part of Liberia. And of course, they say the bread basket. The bread basket, I don't know whether it is still the bread basket, but indeed, Lofa is a rich county, especially if we can get Samuel, we will move to Grand Bassa to see whether we can have our man Prince Wamplu. Prince Wamplu, the Bassa boy. Let's see whether we can have Prince Wamplu.
Yeah, we'll go to Prince Womplu this morning to talk to him on what's happening in Great Bassa County. Well,
Yeah.
well,
Let me see whether I can get Prince Wamplu on this line here. Because I met Samuel Bully. I don't know what is happening to Samuel this morning, but I'm trying to get to Grand Bassa now to see whether we can talk to Prince Wamplu. Prince Wamplu is our Grand Bassa County contact. Uh, Let me get him from here. Okay. So
Okay, if we cannot get him, we run through to another contact, but it seems that we'll get him through, and so we bring him live on the program this morning as well. Those of you watching us, thanks so much for joining us on our online page. We'll also cross and bring you a live feed from parts of Monrovia this morning. So go to KCN TV. Our guys are posted there before the Monrovia Central Prison. Our guys are up Capitol Hill at the judiciary, and they of course will bring you some live feed coming in from there. We hope to talk to them about what's going on at that area this morning. The man Rufus Brooks is at the Monrovia Central Prison, and Mariman Jallo is also at the up Capitol Hill at the court, the Temple of Justice. We have our man, that's our reporter, James Walkway, who is at the CDC headquarters where an anticipated solidarity march this morning, as announced by the political leader of the CDC, His Excellency Josh Manenwia, on yesterday, alongside other political actors that will be coming in from that end, encouraging the police to put up professional behavior according to him, so that this solidarity march from their headquarters to the court can be done peacefully, to ensure that they stand with the CDC lawmakers who are currently behind bars at the Monrovia Central Prison, facing initial indictment of some crimes to include arson, criminal conspiracy, and facilitation, and you just name them this morning on the program. And so we're going to see exactly what is it. Let's give the police and the court system a chance. For me, if you ask me, I would like to start up that way. Remember, this country is a country of law, right? And when people are being indicted, they must be given a day in court. The police too, the inspector general said they have gathered all the pieces of evidence surrounding this, whether it's circumstantial evidence or direct evidence towards the case. Well, they've gathered evidence, and let's see what they present in court. Let's see what they make in court as an evidence for which they are holding these legislators for behind bars as well. Remember, we woke up one morning to a very big news that the Capitol building was on fire. Heavy fire. I was one of those privileged journalists to have been on the scene as early as that time, along with a colleague from OKFM, Yanti. So we were shocked, very, very shocked that morning to have seen such a very huge fire at the first branch of government. It claimed the attention of many Liberians, right? And a lot of things were said about that particular attack on the Capitol building. There were other issues with fire there. It pictured a negative image at the legislature internationally as well. To know that, in fact, Liberians will even think that this will happen at that level, whether it was a natural cause of the fire in terms of the electrical issue, or it was human attack. How many percent or so, as the police at the point in time would say, it was 80 to 85% of a human attack. Another time it is this. So let's see the final arbiter of justice, right, through the court system. Let's see what happens. Let's see how it all plays out as well for those people who have been held behind bars for this. And I tell you for free, there are people who have been persecuted in this country years and years out for their actions. The law is I don't know how to place it, but justice is blind. That's why if you go at the Temple of Justice and you see that beautiful lady whose face has been tied, is called Justice. That madam sees no one, irrespective of your status in life. Whether you're poor, you're rich, you slim, you tall, you short, you ugly, you fine. That madam called Justice is blind. That's why her face is been tarred. If
Yeah,
you see
she
the
sees no one.
statue, she sees no one.
Yeah.
But to execute, and that's why you see the balance of it just in her hand of power or so. So when justice starts to see, then it's gonna be different. Because if justice starts to see and say, oh, but they men are my brother-in-law, oh, they men are my sister-in-law, oh, they men are my uncle who donated money to me,
Yeah.
then justice will be selective.
Of course.
So that's why they tied the face of Miss Justice, the most beautiful woman in the world, that everybody wants justice. Everybody wants justice. I want justice for my right. I want justice for this. That's why the lawmakers, even in prison as well, they want justice. Everybody wants justice because justice is beautiful. Justice, no one wants to serve everybody equally also, and ensure that what you do, you account for your actions as well. Or when you are accused, you go there and justice vindicate you based on maybe the kind of evidence against you or not, which is not substantive, or it is substantive, then you go through what should happen when it comes to justice. Let's see, let's watch. Even as that, the CDC also have got the right. Liberians have got the right to peacefully assemble in solidarity of their leaders, of their partisans, senior partisans as well. And so we hope to see how it all goes on today peacefully for the sake of this country, Mama Liberia. Let's that's your right, right? But let's ensure that it's done peacefully. Let's ensure that the police also put up her best professional behavior in escorting people who will be doing their solidarity march on today, so that it can go in line. Because I tell you for free, gone are those days. We must wake up. We must wake up to the reality. Always you hear people say government bears the greatest responsibility. Yes, that's true, right? The government action shouldn't provoke the ordinary citizen. I will say that for free. And equally, you as a citizen, you have the responsibility to maintain law and order and peace. Whether you are an opposition figure, know that one day you become a government as well. Just yesterday, the CDC was also here, and the issue of protest was being contested. Most of the CDC will say that protest will be the nation. Today, the same one we said yesterday that protest will be this nation. We have to say it today that protest will not be this nation, in as much as it is your right to peacefully assemble and have your views and voices heard and heard. But you should know that any destruction that comes to this country, God forbid, which we know will not go that route, will affect all of us. It's not for one person.
Certainly.
It is not for one person. The day you have anything to destabilize the peace of this country, for example, it will not be for one person. It's going to carry Liberia backward, way backward. The country already in this modern dispensation, the country looks stupid.
Oh yeah.
And I've been blunt. The country looks very stupid. Technology, infrastructure,
everything,
human capacity building, we are lacking. No good road, no electricity, no good pipeline water. We are lacking beyond so many things. You see, every time we will revert to the regular old things and say this is what we need to do. Look, the government should understand that she also has a serious stake in this particular issue as well. You must govern in line with the law and ensure that this thing happen. And to you out there supporters as well, even the person you are verging for is a respecter of the law, for example, and that person is saying we want the law to take its course. So do not be carried away. That's why you heard our own young brother Baron Brown. He said something, and later on he came back and said, "You forgive me, my people." Now what I say, I never meant that. I'm fearless. I'm sorry, I'm not fearless, but I'm
fearless.
I'm harmless. That's why he said he's a harmless person. Normally he wouldn't intellectualize some of these things as well, but he did not say it. Now, but Clarence Core, one of the government officials, reported that he was on his way home and attacked. So the statement shouldn't be taken lightly from Baron Brown.
Obviously.
Yes. That's what he said. So I don't know how the police going to look at that. I don't know how they're going to see it as well. But Baron has taken to his Facebook page and
Yeah,
Well,
I even spoke with Clarence over the weekend, just
yeah,
yesterday, in fact, and I mean, what he told me was very frustrating, was very scary.
yeah. But let's see if we can talk to him,
Yeah,
Clarence
yeah,
Core.
yeah.
We did not give him a prior notice, but well, from his Facebook page, we're concerned. Let's know exactly if that is his official page. First of all, good morning, Mr. Clarence Core, I guess.
Good morning. How's it going?
Great, we're doing great. You're live on Care Radio. Sorry that we had to call you just at this time. It was predicated upon the kind of conversation we are having, and then reading through your Facebook page, you had a comment there. Is that authentic? Is that your page officially?
Which one? The Clarence H. Cool?
Yes, please.
Yes, that's my official page.
Clarence, you were reporting on that page that foreign Barons Brown's comment on the social media that you were attacked while going home. How true is that?
So it's absolutely true. And I got no issue with Byron. He and I have been cross-path people. There is nothing personal with him. Initially, when the situation occurred, by then I had been seeing his post. I felt it was just an incident. So I was driving along the VOA road on my way home just from a program. And then there were a group of young men who were standing in, as you are aware, okay, for the fact that we are into the public space, you may not know everyone, I know you. And so I heard honorable call. So then I slowed down, blew a horn. And then the next thing I heard from amongst the group is, he's one of the government officials. So I was even smiling. But then I saw the anger started getting in the conversation with them. So I decided to drive faster. I mean, before I look, I only hear the banking at the back of my car. When I slow down and look, my entire back windshield has got a stone, and then they flare into the community. So at that point, I haven't read my own post. So I said, but with this one, how do you report this to the police? You can't get anyone. So I just considered it to be a bad luck, and I drove to the garage. And then also the mechanical work on the car. While at the garage, then I started strolling. It was at that point when I saw Good Flomo post sharing what Baron has said. Then I said, no, but then this is not a coincidence. Because it has never happened to me in the district, regardless of the fact that I contested the elections here. I am no young person, I've had a few before. Okay. And then, so with that, I did a post. When I posted, to my almost surprise, one man in a son Musa, who is known as Bwakam Musa, went directly in my inbox and decided to then go beyond. He said, we're coming for you and your family.
Wow.
Next. And so I thought it was that at this point, it is not something to overlook. And so yesterday, we went at the Success Police Depot and had the case officially filed.
Who did you complain against?
So I officially complained of the incident that happened, and in alignment with Baron's statement, because I strongly believe those actions were taken based upon his.
Did you complain Baron at the Success Police Station, Clarence?
Like I said, his name is in my complaint.
Okay, great.
I complained the incident with my vehicle.
Okay.
And they took upon my person in alignment with his statement that all government officials should be targeted.
Has this maybe given you some fear in your own community for which you reside?
The truth there is, I'm one person, regardless of my status, who live with our people in the community, and I strongly believe that your first line of protection is your community people and the way you live with them.
But you are alleging them now. You are alleging them.
With my community people, I will tell you that I'm safe, but my working as a librarian does not stay within my community.
Okay.
More besides, I should not live in a country where I will feel threatened and insecure only because of the fact that the president has given me an opportunity to contribute to national development. I think that statement by Brown was very reckless, and there's a need that the national security call him in for questioning. We must know the motive.
Okay.
Clarence, before we take leave of you, why do you think, as a young person in District 17, why do you think young people, especially, will want to come after you with the statement that you posted? Also, a conversation between the name you mentioned, Waka Musa. Why do you think they want to come after you?
So it's not about me as a person, or that it's not me as a person. As a person, I don't think anyone will come after me because of the fact that I am a government official and all other government official has been now then targeted or wanted, for lack of better words, or choosing the best words of Byron.
Okay.
So it's something very serious. All the time I've been in, now one day anyone has targeted me. So it clearly shows that they are acting based upon his statement until he can prove that their actions are contrary to his statement, which is not the case. He needs to be questioned.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All
Thank
the
you so
best.
much, Clarence.
Stay safe. That's Clarence Cole, who posted on his social media page. Well, we'll talk to the former chief investigator of the Liberian National Police on the program this morning. Maroon Dennis will join us to talk about the proceeding. Let's know how the police been proceeding in recent times and see as to whether Jeffrey, maybe you want to get the charges as indicated first of all by the Liberian National Police. Maroon Dennis was the chief investigator at the Liberian National Police. He's based there now in the United States of America. Let's see as to whether we could talk to him and talk about police proceeding in line of this particular investigation. Remember, he was part of the team. He was the lead investigator within the case of Madam Gloria Musu Scott, the former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. Maroon Dennis, at a point in time, talk about higher ups involvement into the case to change the charges levied against Madam Gloria Musu Scott. Let's hope that Maroon can come on with his wealth of police experience to talk about what's happening as he's followed the case closely as well. Once we get Maroon, we'll put him through. He consented to be on the show this morning with us for a few minutes. Let's hope that he makes some adjustment to be with us this morning on the program. But however and wherever you're following us from, we will continue. We will continue on the conversation this morning. Yes, just right here on 95.9 FM. I guess you want go 95.9 FM. This is Kia Radio coming to you from the UN Drive. Okay, let's try.
You have him there now?
No, so we're trying to make some adjustments to bring him on.
Okay. All right. So while you're there, maybe is it there?
Still trying to put in through, but until then, let's go through with what we have right here.
Yeah, I was just wanted to read this from what the RG wrote on his official page. Relative to this as on the target investigation as well by the Up Capital, as a matter of fact. So let me just get this. The RG wrote on his page, and he shared and said something as a matter of fact to that effect. Let me get it straight there from the RG's page, and so I can read it out. Okay, so I have it here. He wrote, and a day ago, that was on Sunday, and this is what the RG wrote on his page. Following a thorough month-long investigation, the Liberia National Police, working in close collaboration with the Joint Security, has concluded its inquiry into the Capitol building arson attack, an incident that deeply shook our democratic institutions and threatened stability. On Friday, June 6, 2025, I addressed the nation with the findings of our investigation. These findings are not assumptions or opinions. They are based on verified evidence and guided by the law. The investigation uncovered a coordinated plan executed with intent to destroy a national symbol and undermine the peace we all strive to preserve. Regrettably, those charged include both private citizens and sitting lawmakers. This is a difficult but necessary truth. Obey.
Mhm.
This is a difficult but necessary truth.
Mhm.
Our duty is not to individuals or institutions, but to the law and the Liberian people. The charges brought forward are based on provisions of the revised Penal Code of Liberia, including arson, criminal conspiracy, and related offenses. The suspects will now face legal proceedings under the authority of the courts as is their constitutional right.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
go over to the USA and talk to Mr. Maroon Dennis, former chief investigator of Liberia. He used to be popularly known as Arrow1.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so, like I said, he was the lead investigator at the time with the Gloria Musu Scott case.
Okay.
Yeah, seems
Yeah.
like a precedent case or so in this particular direction. But let's go to the USA now and join Mr. Maroon Dennis. Good morning, Mr. Dennis. Thanks so much for taking up your time this morning to join us.
Good morning, Wajiba, and good morning to your listener, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia.
Guess you're doing great this morning.
Of course, I am. Just that it's kind of early on the part of the UI right now. It's early. It's like 2:53.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, that's called to duty. You have to contribute to Mama Liberia. So thanks for the sacrifice.
Of course, of course. We always willing to contribute to the motherland.
Mr. Dennis,
I don't say is we body on defending our country cause for defense.
great. Mr. Dennis, guess you've followed up on, you've been following with the attack on the Capitol building. In connections to that, there were investigations launched, several ones with the police, the fire service. Today, we have about 5 lawmakers arrested and initially indicted by the police. You want to tell us, the listeners, those without investigative security background, about how has it been done? How is it currently proceeding with the Liberian National Police? And what's your observation?
A couple of things. The question I want to categorically from them, the also attack the capital. The reason why I say also capital, I'm sure there are some fire experts that are taken from the U.S., specifically the state of Minnesota, when they established along our local guys. There was not already an outbreak of fire, but indeed was some arson. Now I want to speak in context. There's a difference between a fire outbreak and arson. The arson is quite a criminal in nature where somebody knowingly purposely have fire content on a particular structure. You know, the fire outbreak can be electrical shock. But from the investigative standpoint, coupled with the expert, the expert that went to Liberia is awesome. So I think all right, I can state action instead of fire outbreak. I just want to be clear on that.
Okay.
I want to confirm it. It doesn't show any sense of patriotism. As a matter of fact, we should be very much patriotic to our country. We know what our girl went through. It's a time that all of us made our effort coming together in what we refer to as a united front to see like Ross again. If you really, if you, those that follow our history and those that understand our national anthem, the song there say don't new or need great be your fame. It means that don't new or need great be your repetition. So what are we hearing? What is a great repetition? Like I want to step up. What is the Muslim society about our live person where our thoughts all the things to do today is wedding and race. So I want to categorically condemn the person attack on the Capitol building. And I think it was justice to be given on both sides. After the war, the Capitol building was run affected by taxpayer money from the US and subsequently the people Republic of China, because you know the analysts were back with the analysts, the fund was provided by the people Republic of China. And the Capitol building is said the original structure was run affected after the American tax bill. So we cannot replicate and allow people to play volume. Something I refer to unwholesome behavior. Just because the separate political reasons from those quite condemned. Now to the equation I listen to Inspector General very common. I think the presentation very much elaborate and it will clear this fully about using digital technology or trying to get that investigation. To have a funny, and of course I appreciate that. I think one thing the Inspector General for sure, and I expect them to mention on that. As a matter of fact, prior to the action back on the Capitol building, there were officers assigned to the structure over there. I expect them to also make mention of the officer. Now, don't get me wrong, there's no way officer will ever want to go in that building and do the LFP, those are like I wouldn't want to do it. But because of the negligence, those that were assigned that negligence, the negligence may have led to people infiltrating the Capitol building to have the building got their fire to have the building burned. So I expected for him to have all record into officer and have administrative action taken against him. Because mind you, it cannot be criminal action because they have no intention to go fire that building, but for administrative reasons, maybe the vigilance was not at the level of which it should have been. So I expected for you to also make mention. And the reason why I'm saying that those are things that should largely to a transparency investigation. It gives the public clear picture to see that the investigation is so much transparent. But the matter of fact, the instructor general taken administrative action on the officer that were assigned there. Put it that flashy. You know that building now in the context of safety and security, there's only called tourism. Or touring. Whenever you assign that building and people are building, so there should be a regular tour, maybe it's going to be hourly tour or it's going to be every 30 minute tour, all the kind of thing. I know this album gets the very first when it comes to that. So whosoever that allowed the negligence to have led to the fire being caught on the Capitol building should have been reprimanded. And of course, the public, in the context of transparency, the public should have been known the action taken by the Inspector General before short of that. On another thing when it comes to constitutionality, right? If you read Article 21 of the Constitution, it speaks to every state of investigation that this person should be deeply represented and the legal representation. And I see that I've not spoken to anybody from the investigating team. I'm outside the feed. I don't want to get involved with the investigation over the because a lot of people think that I'm bureau over the man outside every night they calling to get information. I'm not the kind of person. I'm done. Accept food. And I'm on a different trajectory. I appreciate God for where I am today, and I appreciate the job I'm doing right now involved with safety and security. So I don't call back there to find out the start of the investigation, but I think those that in your full investigation consider the due process, but due process have to do with every station of investigation that is being represented by the legal counsel. And I listened to a couple of interviews, one of those interviews from Councilor Macaque from Travel Express Reservation. Okay. The young people that trying to come to do a soap being to allow the lawyer to meet the client and to aid them represent the client in the context of due process because our due process is not due process. It should be open, it should not be selective. We think we set it for due process and then turn out to be our due process. It's not a good thing, and everybody know me as them be open. And I believe in the cause, and all who believe what I did was right. you pick up a couple of occasions in Columbus case. I pray that, of course, we are cash now then charge from whether, of course, the investigation from the region. And you who ask me, I put them with a call on now. I mean, me be attention to one thing. Now I see the people, I see like when people talking about investigator investigation and talking about the Google location stuff. But we had an investigation involved in the problem. So our kids, when we attended, we had the lecture of Jefferson Kochi and Fali, all of them were against us. How did we know that they were not involved? Because seeing parents lose, go to second with that. We pray for call for second, second, the other call of the daily analysis. And there wasn't going to never on the scene. The other guy called Fali, they were never on the scene, but we still get to hear all of people's story have been different. Even they were transparent as we were. That's the position we were in. All of people getting mad at what we like talking about those guys from where, of course, we like talking from where.
Who are you referring to as other people?
So it's just like the way people move at things to be like grow up. People always want things to go their way, and I think we ought to have an open mind if you are put it. Now I'll list the interview when the deputy inspector police from the organization which are police and lawyer, and not only be a lawyer, but you one of the greatest police, you one of the greatest police officers ever out there. We are respecting so much. And he's putting context. He clearly said it. The law is the law. Like no one get involved in sacrificing the law. No one is supposed to law. That's the process. But now for other considered for the process as transparent can be, then of course let's see what the court will say. And I get like I regularly say, I know other people in Florida they all would love to influence investigation. I hope this is not one of the investigators that other people stand back, the political actors, and want to have the influence like our people and other people to talk about.
So cases of such, it means that higher ups within government or maybe the opposition at times they use it as a means to influence the investigation. Is that what you're saying?
I want to speak on what I content with the because I don't want to be misconstrued. I
feel
like friends who said it very well. I know how people want to information and they misinterpret people. I'm not speaking the investigation because I do not have absolute control of the investigation. I cannot speak to the integrity of this investigation. And of course, I don't want to be.
But judging from your experience.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, judging from the experience, I know how people behave. There are a couple of people that sit back and a number of people that people falsely. And of course, that's not good people reach out based upon the action, based upon the role they play in the computer of the ground. And I listen to the inspector general police. I respect you. I respect your work, and he spoke. You were very esteemed for in the presentation, and you were very clear and everything spoke about evidence based. And you back up from evidence, you can back to people evidence. No matter what, I just want to go out to the Rica. They shouldn't be a kid that will cause the violence and therefore want to get involved in the oppress or people who want to run the country into a chaotic pathway. We are out of the record. We need to move forward, let's get investigation. And between me and you, on the front, I respect him very clearly. I've never been involved in any violence. So I know who he is. I'm for agency, but I cannot speak for agency of God or agency of he was that before, that national police. But they are almost detected on charge of criminal. So I cannot already for agency to carry the car notion. But even with my transparency should not have been represented. But we can't do for criminal crime to come in well. And I don't want to do that work on it. I don't want to do the people that work on the investigation that they have detected. I would have me stay in the right now. You can reach out to me. You can take the charge of this before. So I cannot verify the character. I've been Masaleda or to that time, and the late also you for myself, we were the two investigators on our case. Yeah, we went looking to put Africa at the crime scene. I'm very good on that case, so I know he out of the violent people.
So the police also said this that on June 6, 2025. The Inspector General of Police addressed the nation with the findings of their investigation. According to them, the findings are not assumptions or opinion. They are based on verified evidence and guided by the law. The investigation uncovered a coordinated plan executed with the intent to destroy a national symbol and undermine the peace that we all strive to preserve. Sorry, hearing this as an ex-Liberian police officer, what runs to mind?
Nanda, I am an ex police officer, but indeed I'm one of the officer. Of course, people know my brother know me. I said we are incredible record when it comes to acuteness in the job I want to do. And that's the reason I'm surviving the US right now. Because even prior to come to the US, I've always graduated from federal law school in the US. I said for the pounds away from me to navigate my way to the US system a little bit. And because I graduated from one of the biggest police universities also in share our country. So when it comes to criminal investigation, police will make a matter of sanitary police. And that's why I do in the instant of my the interview I'm conducting right now. I say I let Dr. John and the way he spoke, the way he spoke, I think in context various ingredients. And everything he spoke about was evidence based. And if you witness it, I know I've seen several press conferences from the RD, the Inspector General, that especially when he goes from people, I was surprised that they were very relaxed. Now, put me on the record, I'm not a big fan of the Inspector General when it comes to his leadership style. Maybe there are a couple of people that I believe that they can be better RD, like Statue Week and next thing from them, and then later on next thing from them. But I'll be honest with you, even though I don't really appreciate RG Kumon style leadership, but to be fair, the recent press conference, they were on a session of one. I know he speaks with a lot of emotion, but the press conference, so he was very much relaxed. He didn't allow his emotion to override his intellect. He spoke to the issue. Everything he spoke about, they were evidence based. So, who in my war at this time, I don't want to say anything contrary. I'm a professional man. I should be respect professional people. Given why he explained, I think the job the LMP did, quite frankly, it was a good job. My that this is like people going to always, if team doesn't go where they want for it to be, they're going to always have a kind of the action. I'm not pleased for people to be in jail. Abu Kamara, I know Abu Kamara very well. I know Abu Kamara for a very long time. I appreciate Abu Kamara. All of us come from looking time. We got cordiality among us. You know, look down. We are very united. For any reason, if you are able, I think the law has to be a coach. No man is above the law. And I think there's a new joint like bro, where the people got to add into the echoes. You know, one time I wrote an article entitled The Institutionalization of Law Business.
Yeah.
We cannot allow law to be institutionalized. I always spoken. I don't believe people should proceed in such a form and manner. So I want to tell people that will hold on. Let's get the investigation chance. Now, mind you, the same condition provider.
The investigation has been concluded.
I'm talking about
the court. Okay.
There's something they call it the presumption of innocent. Now, all the doctrine of presumption of innocent is not required. Like, when they presume innocent
until
they're proven beyond all reasonable. Then now, on our jurisprudence, the state has to provide evidence against the accuser. Why I say burden of proof. All the rule evidence. Talking about the rule evidence. All the rule evidence is said that burden of proof lies on the hand of the accuser.
Okay.
It doesn't say burden of proof lies on the hand of the accuser, but instead it says burden of proof lies on the hand of the accuser. Even now, he who accuses should be able to provide the burden of proof. So in context, it is included upon the government or the prosecution, which is the Ministry of Justice, to provide the burden of proof to the accuser or against those that bear. So we see how it's going to play. I know people can be saying it because sometimes people can be carried away.
Let's get your expert opinion on how the proceeding worked. For example, there are many Liberians out there do not know how these things work in terms of criminal investigation that starts with the police as the first line in the criminal justice system and at the court as final arbiter. How does it work? Others have been debating without legal knowledge and proceedings on security matters that, oh, you have to the people you're carrying to Sabi, then you'll bring it back to court. How does it work in cases of such, especially as some has been labeled as a criminal case now?
It could be mentioned that, and that's one of the things I see in our society. People, they come up with a session, they come up with argument, and they statement. They well, or the entirety of the matters.
Mm-hmm.
How can somebody be discussing criminal investigation? He or she has not gotten a broad knowledge in criminal investigation. Now, I think that even in the context of criminal investigation, even as a police officer, not every police officer can discuss criminal investigation. So people got to understand. Now, if you listen to the investigation and if you follow the trends of the investigation was never a history investigation.
Mm-hmm.
The investigation took its time. If you look at one of my Facebook posts after the election of the speaker that they're not saying, I even put that I said, now that we are going to a new speaker, we hope to see the outcome of the outcome investigation. Because all we are there, all things to know the outcome investigation.
Mm-hmm.
If I believe in the procedure where for any reason somebody suspected of committing a crime, you're going to invite the person in to get it. The first thing you investigate the person in, you refer to as free and relative.
Okay.
You're going to call the person that's going to provide a free and relative, meaning that good facts. And most of the time I see people using the word interrogation. Lawyer or using interrogation. That's a mistake. There's a difference between investigation and interrogation. Investigation. People are saying criminal investigation to let them do. Now, when we talk about interview, it means like the way they put it in, like the fine information, they put it, call you in.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use you as an example or let me just draw an analogy to you.
Okay.
Okay, you are also so direct about competing. You were running so you can provide all you have in that process is referred to an interview. We are not the investigation not got any facts against you to the investigation, calling you into the sound story. You're gonna provide a statement, you're gonna leak. But the daily investigation call to conduct interrogation. Interrogation means that facts was accused.
Mm-hmm.
It means that the investigator has gotten sufficient of facts.
Mm-hmm.
And now the investigation is going to be expecting you with facts.
Okay.
So in a broader context,
Mm-hmm.
in which you call interrogation is fact versus the accused,
Mm-hmm.
or fact versus the suspect.
Okay.
So now let me just tell you, the difference now let me just tell you, and another thing people are here supposed to put interchangeably put you use the word accused and suspect, but there's a different thing. Now a suspect is somebody that is suspected of committing a crime.
Okay. Linked directly to the crime.
Yes. No, not directly to the crime, but we're suspecting you of
Okay,
committing this crime.
great. All right.
So we're going to provide a statement of a free that really, but not accused. But we try to be accusatory. It means that we are fact that you are involved in a crime. Now we are accusing you. And now we're not suggesting you. We are not suggesting you again to interview. Now we are subjecting you to what we call interrogation. It means that we get the facts are going to be putting the facts over you based on over the TV. Also, as you are looking at therefore you interacting with me or who you Washington or supposed to do like one of your friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
You interact with ABC, you interact with X, not be saying that there. It's not going to be your friend with again, it's going to be your most perfect situation. We're going to be putting the facts in for you. The way I want to tell you this, kind of grab this facts, I'm going to tell you the way we conducted the investigation was very, very good. And I used to see this, like, you can speak to that. The president comes to Sky went to the table, everything presented was on screen and raised.
Okay.
If I were a friend, I would say she came, she explained. Now, what if father was getting little information? And after we do the thing of getting little like family sake or missing, then we no conduct incident. So we had the fight that we had the fight was it, the father was the accused.
So these lawmakers that are currently behind bars, they were accused directly. Is that correct?
So if you look at it, the way NSP considered the investigation, now don't just put. I don't want to speak for NSP, but I think NSP calling the first time. spoke to them. LNP spoke to them and they left. We don't put that thing out. Put up this stage. LNP did not have the facts, so LNP spoke to them and confused. LNP does not have the authority to simple the motherfucker. Why LNP does? LNP can follow you to code. And based upon the graphic or the case or the data of the kid, they sent the because the first code, the motherfucker code, the code is going to case and they're going to look at it and they're going to remind people that the motherfucker says the person. LNP does not have the authority to say, send the code. Now, if you read Article 21 of the Nigerian Code, it also it actually to go upon the duration of the investigation. It takes the penalty for you for the 8 hours. So suppose they do ask us for the 8 hours, or it's not even for the 8 hours. The person in the period for the 8 hours, if there are reasonable costs, they can have put forward the code. They can be other in
Great.
the period for 8 hours.
What will eventually happen on today? Is expected that they'll be brought to court today.
Yes, I've been listening to a couple of statements, and I think one of those statements coming from the Honorable Akari, I think they were very reckless, and Akari's statement is condemnable. It's not a medical statement he made. He could govern our people to go and take them out of the court. It's kind of productive when it comes to the rule of law and due process. I listen to me appreciation about Nathaniel McGee, follow McGee. I listen to a statement made by Councilor Nathaniel follow McGee. We found he's full like an honorable man. He said, and I quote, we are going there not to invade the law or to disturb, but still just going there to follow due process.
Okay.
I want to appreciate Councilor McGee. Due process should be the whole mile a day.
Great.
For anybody to feel they can cover now, people are now listen to our own brother, Brown. Brown, you know, I'm a big fan of Brown. I always appreciate that. I'm a fan of him. But the statement made of one people from me official in the family, although the Lord is not fair, although the worst thing to say.
What could the police do? What could the police do in that direction? Mauro Dennis, he said, never mind. He rendered apologies on his Facebook page. Is it prudent that the police still call him in for an investigation or maybe an interview on what led to such statement?
Now, let me tell you this. It's almost like somebody from making the crime. On our when I say restitution does not waive the crime. It means restitution means to pay back. Even if you stole from somebody, pay the person by the crime to be away. I think for records sake, probably a police jacket, because now you gotta understand the context of the statement.
If you were still in that seat as the chief investigator, what would you have done?
Most of the time I will reach out to him like most of the time I will reach out to him via the phone, and when I send him the potato to him, just made to come with a formal statement. You have to establish it in, because mind you, one of the law you can commit crime by 2 means. You can commit crime by the act and omission. Just where you have done to establish crime and when you did to commit a crime. So I think the intended need to be provided on. Probably LP can do that legal statement, and the LP can do a compare the flower right there, and based upon the statement of for him, he do not mean why he actually said and government official foundation not founded, because between me and you, a lot of government official founded going to be founded.
Great.
No, but here's the issue. There are some people that in government, those are just professional people. They have no political connection.
Okay.
And those for that, I work in government, the position of service, do I have political connection? No, I do not have no political connection. Yeah, even you see, even when I spoke about Canada, you got me on Jonathan Chapel, but all of living all kind of way, and the first guy, I'm too she ain't got me out. I'm not even spoken to. I do not even care to speak about. I'm a professional. I do not need to know people before I think about what is right, what is wrong.
Okay, so Mr. Dennis will keep you posted. We have Octavian Williams with us in studio. We're going to take him on. I'll keep you on the line as well. And then at any point in time, where is prudent enough, we'll bring you in to weigh in as well on the conversation this morning.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my phone on because I know people have the tendency to check out with people.
Great.
And then I always to speak in context. I don't want for my statement to be in any form of manner making top of that. So I'm willing to provide that clarity.
Great.
So right now, I'm going to keep on the line. And if for any reason, if the need arises, I need to reach out to me to provide further clarity, I'm hoping I can be
great.
To coming back to provide clarity on everything that I said.
Great.
I stand by what I said.
Great, Mr. Moru Dennis. He's doing it on a pro bono basis. Former chief investigator of the Republic of Liberia of the Liberia National Police. Yes, making his contribution to Care Radio as our security analyst as well. Octavian Williams, the former vice president of the Press Union of Liberia, is able for us live in studio this morning. He is the managing publisher of the Nation Time newspaper. When I saw the headline this morning, I said, headline. But they were interesting ones. Octavian, good morning. Thanks for joining.
Good morning, and Obel. There was something that you never add to my small portfolio this morning.
Apparently,
of course, I earned a degree in criminal justice.
Okay.
So that is why these conversations are very good for us.
Great, yeah.
And that is why we are here. It is a pleasure being in a studio. This is my debut.
Yeah,
and
I think that
is
there phone laws. That's it in the public. Come and phone laws. Who was?
Yeah.
Call for investigation.
Of course.
Okay, but Tavi, how is it? How is it going? And how is your Nation Times?
Well, the Nation Times is good. As a matter of fact, we started publication since 2004.
Mm-hmm.
When we stay on the newsstand, it is not about you come here every day that makes the power of the newspaper.
Okay.
When you go around the world, most especially in the UK, in the US, where we copy from where publications and journalism is far fresh, the fundamental, the horizon or the hops.
Mm-hmm.
You will realize there are also newspapers that do not come out every day.
Okay, sir.
But when they're out, they are out for a particular reason. And the essence of news is to inform the public. It is not to create a fanfare that I'm the best. And that is what I said to people usually. If you decide to be a journalist, it is not a place for beauty pageant.
No way.
If you want to dress and wear news, and be speaking series, no. No, it is not a place for series and beauty pageant.
Good.
Journalism is a left and deaf situation. Mm-hmm. I was when we were taught by Robin White in one of his a conversation with us at Star Radio, and I said, I asked, what should I do to be a good journalist? He said, every day when you up to move, give it a situation that this is my first time ever in this profession and I want the best for myself.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be complacent. And that is why I look at people that as far as they're concerned, they have already arrived. I laugh at them because there is no arriving stage. Every day is a learning curve. Every day is a situation. And that is why when my serious player that I follow, when you go back to them, when you see the 90 meaning of hostility, that's what they call it. The 90 meaning of what? Soccer war. Your man playing against you, your papa playing against you. Don't laugh when they say Papa hello. You're more fight until the 90 meaning finishes. Okay. So we are. And that is why our style of journalism is quite different from the normal thing. So yeah. I'm pleased and I'm gratified to be with you.
Went to jail how many times?
All 7 times. Oh, I have no regret.
Let's talk about what you have as a bold banner headline first of all on your Nation Times publication today. I was concerned about that. We start off with that. When the wicked rules, the country moves. the story of former PRC Major, Junta Major JNB. Such a powerful headline. What's the details surrounding this?
So, Ober, we came from a 14-year civil crisis. 99% of the issues that brought war should be a learning curve for us as Liberians,
Okay.
and for us to avoid them. I was a kid during the Samuel Kayando administration, but I was more interested in reading newspapers and listening to radio. And when I believe it,
What is it?
one of my aunties was a newscaster at ELBC on the ELTV.
Okay.
But I was now a fan in monitoring her because she was my auntie.
Okay.
I had different people that actually have passion for the monitor, and when there are days to read news in the evening, the 8 o'clock news, I'm glued to the television.
Okay.
So we and that's one of the questions I asked Gabriel Williams, who was long practicing journalism when we were still in grade schools. When he was saying to somebody, "You're not trying, you're trying, we'll try it too." Look, listen to me. Are there not issues that existed that brought the 14-year civil crisis right now where we stay and where we sit? Are there not issues? There are issues.
Okay.
And when that is why I said whenever the wicked people rule, then the nation moves. We go to President Samuel Kayando. We saw the way he led, the way, and one of the things too that turned our leaders in becoming wicked is their surroundings.
Okay.
Yeah. We Liberians, we are very good in making leaders to turn to dictators.
Okay.
And again,
Let's talk about the case squarely with Mr. Baka as stated.
That is what I'm coming to.
You said the story of former PRC Junta Major.
Yeah, of course. So you know how Joseph Boga joined the PRC, the former President Samuel Kayando, the People Redemption Council. He was marked as a major to be a friend of President Samuel Kayando, to be picked as one of his vice president, and you were resisted because of travel issue. So it means he was teaching cabinet the former president too, right? But that is not the issue. The issue is to trace where Octavian Williamson. You are just talking to Maroon, who was telling you he can vote for Kofa, he can vote for Sibo. So in criminal justice, they call the trace analysis of a particular subject
in terms of repetition.
Yeah. So we want to know who is this person?
Okay.
How he came to being, how he came to political spotlight. When you pass to the PRC on a former president, Samuel Doe, who was a junta operation.
Is Waka a wicked man?
I'm coming. We'll come there. So when you have all of those upbringing, that is your upbringing, the political upbringing. When you have those upbringing, then sometimes you turn to be like the person or the people that led you.
Okay.
Obed, you talked about 40-something hours, and I heard Maroon saying, look, anytime you have cases against people, no need to be passing around Friday, Saturday, you look what then Sunday, you look what this to keep them in prison until Monday, then they go find bone, then they find bone and say, all people are in prison, and then other people that is seeing charges, so the other people not get preliminary hearing. You don't need to fight over all of those issues. Bring your facts.
That's a criminal justice proceeding.
Why should you? Those are all.
No. Why should you?
No. Those are all delay in criminal justice proceeding.
But they are there. That's a procedure.
No. Your interest. There are rights.
Okay.
That you cannot deny a defendant. The right to due process. And the right to due process must not be overclouded with questionable vibes.
Okay. Meaning?
They must be plain. If Octavian sort of come before the police, Octavian comes. Octavian sort of go home. When the available issue, let Octavian go home. He sort of come the next day, then he come with his lawyers. Make the process in the criminal justice highway free, fair, and transparent. Do not create hollows. You put police outside here, we're going to war.
Has the government created issues, panic?
Of course. This Saturday, the situation why in this country that was very important. There was emotions. Of course. I was there. I saw people fainting. I saw Jason Sibo and at the end of his mother, he got a tour 4-5 times. His family was there. Every one of those people represent constituency. In all of those constituencies, the least number you have in it will be over 30,000 human beings.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to weigh out of the look. I will never ever back anybody when they're in wrong.
Okay.
And in this case, before I leave this studio, I will say exactly my position on this case and what we hope to see. But do not make it to look like you're almost like Octavian Williams and A.B. Kumar. You arrest me on Friday, arrested me on Friday. When you arrested me for, you say the car don't have a plate. Yeah, it's a traffic issue. They are offenses.
So you're not going to clear on
Yeah,
Friday.
you say, okay, hold a man. On traffic issue, how do you detain somebody up to Monday? On plate issue.
Okay.
Where it says to you, nobody got to be rocket scientist.
Traffic offense.
Yeah,
Fine.
where it says, where it says, yeah, where it says to you. Let's agree. We don't want to go to the argument, but let's agree that man wrong, right? Car will all play. Is the penalty that the being, pre-trial detention? No. So back to the issue.
No, but I think that's two things. Either you jail the man or the man pay the fine, or the man pay the fine and you stay jailing.
Oh man,
I
that
think
is
it's 6 months. It's 6 months or so.
Look, Obed. So back to the headline. So you cannot have a president that we voted for, we campaigned for, we elected, came to power, and try to create a situation for the country to deny investors, to deny peace, and to deny happiness.
How does it deny peace and happiness and investors when the police, through her findings, said those people were charged based on preponderance of evidence?
Okay, so we will come to the criminal justice part of it. So I'm going writing the political side of it first.
Yeah.
Then we'll come to the criminal justice.
Politically, these people are respecters of the law. Remember, Fanatic Kofa said he's saying by the law, and he had to take on his case, for example, as an embattled speaker for some time. He went to the court. He exerted all legal means. What is so disturbing about this? The legal process still continues.
So politically, the first issue, none of guys risk. None of them risk that to say, if one can solve it to the political environment.
How do you determine that?
Jason Simons can run away. Abu cannot run. Before I talked about the representative from Green Gila. Why you release the Unity Party lawmaker and let the CDC lawmakers there?
Another CDC lawmaker also called in and released, talk about Frank Foco.
So politically, then look at the other side. These people, they lawmakers, they how many in the 79 or the 74?
73.
So the 73 lawmakers have fights in few months back. The majority and minority.
Yeah.
So the only people that are suspicious are the minority. The only people that are suspicious about the brain of the capital being are the minority people. What happened to the majority people?
What should have happened in line with the police? Are you saying
what happened to the majority people? I brought the recording I sent to you, and I told you I sent it to you. Check your phone. I sent that recording to you, and I want you to play the recording before we go into the legal nitty-gritty about this case. Right now, just passing around and they're looking at the political flips flat or the political flips sides. But are there not no suspicious present? The majority, they how many in the 60 something or 40 something or 50 something, right? So the 58 members that are on the majority side, no one was suspicious about the Capitol building burning.
But you have Priscilla Cooper, District 5.
Priscilla we Kofa true.
Priscilla, she comes with
yeah. So let's think about it. No other suspicious person was here where Kunen using the chair was in the chamber before the chamber got burned. The chair Kunen using. How the people that came to Kofa took the chair on the eve and they carried the chair in to Kunen and said Kunen use the chair, we're going to burn the Capitol building. How? So I want you to play the recording Then we'll go to the legal part of it. But the political side is we should be mindful, we should be careful not to slip this country into where we came from out of petty jealousy.
You think the government
Amen.
cannot win this against those lawmakers?
I have watched
Even
many,
with what the police said, they've got evidence.
I have watched many cases in Liberia. I don't want to go way down. But I want to go to the ones that we can easily remember.
Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
So under President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, let's go to the Andrew Double and Charles Julu case. Andrew Double versus Charles Julu.
Okay.
Let's go to that case. And I remember vividly that Andrew Double and Charles Julu was kept in NSA for over 6 before the family got to know that they were there, because they were carrying different names.
Mhm.
When we started the case, we had similarity in what we have in today. Oh, the crap people won't bring what they won't kind again. So some of us that were there, we thought to look at the merits of the case. We started calculating, but these crime people just came from 14 years old. So they have this energy like that to still want to do what they want to do. So we look at all of the variables. We went to Grand Gide. We talked to people. I was in Grand Gide for like 3 months. In and out of Grand Gide. In and out of Grand Gide, 3 months. When the Jordanians were on the road going. We came back to Monrovia.
Mhm.
We got on radio as we sitting on radios today. We gave analysis in newspapers as well. And we were looking at the possibility of Andrew Double and Charles Julu sustaining a war or trying to assassinate President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Mhm.
We told the security apparatus, but we were far from reality.
Okay.
They never believed some of us. Our expert opinion, we're going to quote. And at the close of the day, the same thing we depending on today. Oh, Andrew Double is the lead witness in the case. Andrew Double said that Julu actually wanted to carry us a first activity. As soon we got to the witness stand, Andrew Double said, the boy here pity me in our place. Oh, they said you lie on Charles Julu. This man is my king's man. One. Secondly, I cannot lie on this man. Lie, I will not tell lie. A better you just came in right here, but I will not tell lie.
Okay.
The case changed in the court. We saw that right here. So there are precedent cases where the government or the state, right here, one of us, or Musu Girl Scout, and the CDC-led government. Again, the prosecutor. I said, my man, that time with 18 years, and then look at the issue. No, the girl staff is the 2 times. You grab everybody, including the old lady, where to take spoons and right now it's difficult for her. Is the old lady, okay, today, where are we? So in prosecuting cases, the state must be more legal than political.
Okay.
And what the police is dragging this case to is becoming more political than legal.
You think so?
Of course.
Why?
Oh, how long the police been investigating the case?
It took some time.
Months.
Yeah.
The police been investigating months.
Yeah.
Months.
Which is
So-
professional.
Yeah. So you've been investigating months. What is there for Saturday that you know saw for the months you want to see for Friday and Saturday? For which you are giving
What does it
Friday.
mean?
Women, listen to me. Anybody comes to a disco with a conversation and start causing your parents or causing your mom, they got no argument.
Okay.
Somebody want to say something like I'm saying, I'll say, Ube, what you did yesterday, you wrong, Peter Paul.
Okay.
And these are the facts. You are the first person to drum on Peter Paul.
Mhm.
And these, to prosecute somebody that you have to politicize it, you need to go directly. The state interest should be going into the nitty-gritty of the matter and proving their evidence they having beyond every reasonable doubt.
Granted.
Of course. So it is not to go for Fnatic Kofa and others on Friday. They won't go eat. No, you're not going to eat. How do you deprive somebody from eating? Somebody who has been accused of an act is not guilty. No. That person has rights. They have rights. And those rights must be. But man, we want you in council now, security council.
Definitely.
The places where people be doing wrong and bad things in the war,
So we
that bureaus will be making
we shouldn't
to tell the people, no, you should do what is right. How would I say, Mama, even that if I go against the Lord should take a course.
Granted.
But you shouldn't take your course all the hate, envy, and biases.
Is that how you describe the current situation?
Of course. The hate.
Why?
Oh man, to prosecute somebody fairly, the way you start proceeding, somebody will know, say, yes, the process is ready, fair, we like the process, and that's the last thing we'll call for.
Okay.
We'll call for speedy trial, independent, and void with biases and hate.
How will you tempt the opposition as well, coming in defense of their lawmakers, in solidarity with their lawmakers? Don't you think again it could also steer out issues in the minds of certain Liberians as well?
In terms of what? The opposition coming with their lawyers? The opposition are right. It is ensuring in the constitution when the people face, they were facing it to satisfy you and myself, will be chaos here.
Right.
The people that crafted the constitution are people who are thinking far ahead because they know that people will have their own personal issues. So what do we do? That Obey personal issue will not come in conflict with Octavio Williams' personal issue. Let me alone to cover them separately.
Okay.
The right to born is a constitutional right. You cannot deny it, and it cannot be evolved.
Okay.
No. You can only try to politicize, or you only try to say, but you should not be even fighting to deny born, but your interest is the case.
You think they're trying to deny born? Yeah.
Kova can stay in South Beach, the case will end. Child don't have 13 Grenadians in South Beach. You know that? The case ended. President said you have 13 Grenadians too. The case ended.
Okay.
You can have 5 lawmakers. The case will end. Nelson Mandela was in prison for how many years? The case ended. So your interest should be that these people actually committed these crimes or these acts. So since they committed it, I want to run with my evidence to prove them wrong. Then like when people know that they are wicked people. But the people call for preliminary, trial. You say no preliminary trial.
Okay.
We already tried Obey and Octavio on the same case. So the same thing where Obey and Octavio say that the same thing where Peter Paul and James Mobile will say, so that let us go ahead with the case. It sends us a wrong signal that you have premeditated issues. Oh man, the state claim that the people in prison currently in pre-trial detention are the ones responsible for the burning of the Capitol building. We are citizens of this republic, some of us, and I stand in this place to be for anybody to hold me liable for everything I will say on this broadcast.
Okay.
Because the Constitution says that we can say what we want to say, but after saying what we have to say, we can be held liable for what we say.
To defend what
of course.
And equally so.
The police should be impartial instead of being partial. The way they're moving, it is being seen, even the press conference. The police spokeswoman, you look at Rudolph Fire, he said Rudolph Fire cannot enter the press conference because he's not a sound reporter. It's almost like telling Octavio Williams, say, you can't enter in the police station because you're not a sign. Look, the man is a media manager, media executive, stroke media manager. But just to do that, someone sitting in the corner here looking at you say, no. The people here, they think being stage managed. And those are the pieces people can gather to know how people proceeding and how they're moving.
Okay.
The conference, you have media managers and editors there.
Mm-hmm.
The editors and the manager, they supersedes the beat.
Yeah.
Reporter.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot stop Philip Brown to say, Mr. Brian, I signed again can't do the press conference. You're a friend of Mr. Brown. Question when you ask the police director. That why you sing us.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want the people that may not have the IQ in asking questions and deny the people that may have the IQ. You have to make the process. When they say due process, they say I'm okay, due process. Over say that here. Okay, you say no. Okay, we finish the case. Or we'll give my report. Not due process.
Okay.
The process leading to the due process surrounding must be firstly friendly,
Mm-hmm.
conducive.
Okay.
You like you tell the president, you put the president in one room. They say you like the president brief. They can see here. They say, Mama, I keep in here. Yeah, open the place one. Mama can't do due process. Yeah, I say. Yeah. Even your conversation with the president must be friendly.
Okay.
The president, there is a drugs case that most people don't know about. I did that in criminal law 1, criminal law 2, one of cabinet Jan. 400 level in criminal justice at the Enisa University. I brief that case. Another level is of you reading almost like introduction to law. And the foreigners won that case on a slight and simple reason. Why? They were denied access to lawyer for the 72 hours. $1 million case. The state lost that case because the lawyer then for the quote unquote drugs cartel, the late Solicitor General Theophilus Gould was the lawyer for those foreigners. He went to the police, they won, the police said no. Day 2, no. Day 3, no. And they sent the people to, they filed the people to court. When they filed the people to court, what was it? All the pieces of evidence the people, police said they gathered, they got that the people got this statement from us, order duress. We were forced to say it because of what they wanted to hear.
Okay.
So we said what they wanted to hear. Now it's the case. Theophilus Gould said, you know what it means that the people having intended intention to damage my client. Go to that case, the same record today. It was just on that simple basis. And you saw the Angel Topper case.
Yeah.
Procedural error. Procedural error. When you do not, the police is the intake of the criminal justice system.
Let me ask you 1 minute. Are they wrongly proceeding?
They
Great. Let me bring in Maroon Dennis and we'll go to the lines and take calls. Yeah. Yes, we'll play the recording as stated. And that recording is from the chief of staff to the
former president.
Eugene Nambwe's recording. We'll play that. But let's hear Maroon Dennis, former chief investigator of the Liberian National Police. I guess you've been following Octavian, Maroon.
Yeah, listening very carefully to the session of business made by Octavian. Of course, I know Octavian is a fearless director, of course, checking for that. But there's a simple quotation I see, he that comes with
call for equity must come with clean hands.
And let me just narrow it down to a test base. I'm a guy I love to speaking, got to contact clue. So Octavian is speaking about impartiality, and of course I respect him for that. But now to discredit his statement, but Octavian is speaking in the context of impartiality. Of course I respect it to a larger extent. But if you try to speak about impartiality, I want you to also exhibit impartiality on the platform. Now you're attacking the LNP so much and not being objective. The fact that for you to condemn the actual attack of the capital building, of course, you have not done that with Octavian. Secondly, I expected for you to assess the perpetrator involved in the actual attack in the capital building to be made to account for the action, or should have the day in court. They're not spoken to that, but more or less you almost like a personality context. You are concentrating on the personality
make the correction.
Act being committed. So it doesn't in any way speak to impartiality. I just thought the restaurant quick Octavian. I respect your view, but
no, Maury, they didn't monitor me. I said I would not back anybody doing wrong, and I would want for justice to be done. I said it around the radio. I said I would not back anybody doing wrong.
Okay, you say that's but then you not category compare. I know. I know you.
No, I condemn it. Moru.
And your fear that red. I know how you can be.
Moru.
Okay. Now, Mr.
I was
Dennis,
just supporting capital building.
Mauro, yeah, let's be. He believes, Mauro, he believes that the police is proceeding wrongly. What will you say in that context?
The first thing I don't want for all right, but that is a criminal justice practitioner, and he knows that very well. Now I don't want for a category team the police action are being pursued. The action exhibited by the president public leader of the NFP by stopping Willis fire for entering all the Willis fire. Willis fire being the media landscape like for a very long time. We know him to be a media strategist. So for any reason, for anyone to stop him from entering, I think that would not fair. The first thing I don't encourage the kind of thing. But maybe all record to look at the police action as being illegal it's not a good thing. The first thing is Article 21, it gives the police the right to investigate and challenge them by the court based upon private court in the court for the out. Now, someone asked the question, the NFP act in that process, because you say allow due process, the NFP act in due process of full NFP did. Now, the NFP brought in the day, and the following day, NFP sent the court. Now, the constitution says people can be released on personal conscience. So, in good faith, the inspector general will look at a guy that former speaker Falaji Kuva and say, okay, based upon personal consent, then move beside applicable to the court. But sometimes, under the context of law enforcement, we refer to police discretion. You want our discretion can allow.
And there were Otabi Kibi and said these people will not run away, they are not harmless. The police should have used their discretion in that particular direction, not to send them to jail.
I always say, no, let me just tell you something. The way, I just saw between the picture.
Your line is coming in distorted. You want to shift a bit?
Okay, me see. Between me and you, they are in the air, so professional. But then sometimes in the kind of cases, the way we proceed today, they almost like, I always let I'm a religious guy, so I listen to a lot of reggae music because those are real reggae music for religion and literature and so.
Of course.
So Bob Marley, there's a famous saying from Bob Marley, the thing you do today will want you to move.
Definitely.
Now, I'm saying they will stop doing the way we do things. Yesterday, CDC come out in power of good that where we appreciate them. But then you saw it. I think how a lot of people were pushing for charge to the kind of ground music that should not have been charged. Or that should not have been labor education. So I'm saying this today. So also the police bringing people today, the reason why maybe on Okam or not allowed to go home based upon causing a welcome police education based upon other political interferences. I'm not spoken to proof for NFP, I don't know.
You are assuming that it was going to it's being political interference.
I'm not assuming, but drawing from working on. I'm just thinking that there's a likelihood.
Okay.
All record, I don't want to see that full shipping beyond NFP, but for the issue of 48 hour NFP, got a obligation to keep people investigated for 48 hours. Who was done. Now, another thing, I think we're going to be in January to know about the lawyer. Because now, if you read Article 21, it's in every stage of the investigation, use for the lawyer. So then, Otabi as a chair, I hope Otabi can reach out to Councilor Jonathan Mazakwe, he's one of the brilliant lawyers in our bureau. I can post that, but he anyway, very, very professional. I know some lawyers on it, but I know Jonathan Mazakwe, very, very brilliant, very professional. Now he was representing them. So we need to speak to him. Was he given the right to speak to a client because they say there should be no interference between the lawyer and client relationship.
You are denied.
In the context of due process, those are things we look at. We need to obey
Yeah.
to treat the additional public with fairness. We need to reach out to Council Mazakwe.
Definitely.
If any wicked Council Mazakwe was not answer the lawyer, there was interference between our lawyer and client relationship. Then the public can draw from there to say no.
Great. Which we'll definitely do. I will definitely reach out to him.
Yeah. If you really say that the right to counsel and the right of counsel shall be invaluable, I mean, like you can't violate, you can't no interference interfere within the lawyer-client relationship.
Okay, Maureen, let's hold you. Let's hold you there. We want to interact with the public shortly, but let's play Eugene Nagbe's piece right here to this particular case. We'll come back. We'll talk to Otavin for a minute. We'll take your calls on the program this morning. Let's listen.
Kick your things out. The former president parted. Capital building. The group, the same people were winning. The same people that have tried to move Kofa, they're done in the capital building. Because the police failed to, they tear the place up there. 11 o'clock, Kofa made a call for the capital building. Only lawmaker in the place. Nobody asked a question, but they go, I will go away to Babiata, Jogging Baroko, that he the call. The men who are in the building, they left him. They called for Latika. They called nobody. The police has become so politicized in their investigations. Call which is provable. Take his, he called from his telephone. You can prove it. It's not hearing what they accept. Led by President Baka with the running game, they started giving them a
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that's it. Let me Maureen, listen, you want to wait for 30 seconds and go to us?
I listen, so over. The statement made by Minister U.S. Maritime, former maritime for using illicit statement. I refer to it still have been right.
Why will you?
So I would say, yeah. The reason is, when there's a situation, where is free practicing? In this context, I want you to read about free practicing. Look at the capital building. Using numbers, and also respect using as a big girl. Using numbers, you didn't even care to know. That's still calling to know that it's quite a bit from the capital building. And it's not there too. He doesn't even care. All he tells, all he speaks about, or whatsoever he tells the general is that the capital building was going by people from I know how you are black in referring to.
But there were two blocks agitating, and then in his opinion.
You didn't know he's trying to be exclusive to our fast. All of my integrity, we're joking with a great society. Trust me. If you didn't know what live, let me tell you. People that even living free, they will tell you, I want to school in Ghana. Partially, I tell you, Ghana is to a Malay public administrator. I want to all law enforcement in Ghana. If that was Ghana using Nami, made that kind of statement, but now you don't even come to the political and then Africa who went kind of go to base sort of reckless statement, major event.
Maureen, do you think it was prudent to have investigated the other side as well, in line with the assault? Great. That's what we do. Let me bring in Otavin. Let me bring in Otavin. Otavin, let's hear you. Thank you, Maureen. I'll hold you there and bring in Otavin. Let me bring in Otavin. Go ahead, Otavin. 1 minute, they will take calls. Thank you.
So then I think too Maureen is becoming partial, because now Maureen should be calling on the police to invite Eugene as a person of interest.
He believes Nanga made a reckless.
No, not reckless. The police looking for something to hold on to know who bring capital bill. Eugene is on the radio and he's telling you that he knows who bring capital bill. Why the police not have interest in calling that person name that Eugene calling and call Eugene too? Because you're gathering evidence. You're gathering pieces of evidence. Maroon. I think now you becoming impartial now, because anything that flips on the other side of the majority, you have problem with it. Anything that sits on the minority, no, Maroon. Okay, I'm Otavin Williams here on this radio. The police looking for somebody who killed somebody. I said that Peter Paul killed the person. The police will call. I'm not talking there in the corner. I'm not talking to somebody here. I'm talking there live on the radio, and I'm saying it in someone cast. Why is the police not having interest in calling me to to ask me, man, the thing when you talking, I have written story here before. Yes, on story I was called to NSA to get more lead on the story that I wrote. And I gave those leads to the NSA on those stories that I wrote.
We are expecting.
Why is the police of Gregory Como not interested in people that saying the people they only wanting to hear? Hold on.
Do you still believe that they should have interrogated the majority black?
But man, the chair that were in the legislature, in the John chamber, before the place got burned.
The chairman on
where the chair is.
The chairman said that was an old chair from the past, from the previous.
Why is the police not interested in knowing what the chairman saying is true or not?
Do you believe it used by Kofa?
It was the chair was used by Kofa. They said there was no chair. Call snow and ask snow, say snow. When you remove a speaker, where a chair went.
Okay, let's hold you.
Why did they call it nobody to talk on it?
Yeah,
why the police that?
Let's hold you there. Tomorrow we're gonna take calls shortly. 077
So split second before you go to the line, right? Let me make a clarity.
Quickly.
I'm journalist Octavian Toga Williams, the man who used from Grand Crew in Riverside County. We never ever support any subversive activities in this republic.
Great.
What I stand for and what I'm saying is it must be a process war of hate, perception, and personal issues. They must be plain, fair, and transparent.
Thank you so much. Yes.
We're not going to the land today.
Even though you're not reading, they are reaching the fully up. They are saying it because kind of came and graduated for you and I graduated for them. He says, I think you just came to sit and say was better season of this director, so. But I'm saying that amount of time he tell the police before, so he knows how the police work.
Maru, thanks.
There was an allegation against the Obama provided information quick. The people or Noah, Creator Noah from Farm Ministry.
Yeah.
And you wrote the police for the police to do it. So in the season, you wrote the police to do investigation after you need into the public there, or you were being accused. The scene when if you have any information, police. So we're talking about information that is of evidential. Of course, I will tell police. I will not.
I'll hold you there. We need to talk to the Liberian people. Let's talk to the Liberian people. We have our next Liberia already here. Let's go to the line. This person on line 1. Good morning.
All right, that's what
that person slipped off. Or
so the numbers are 077-959-959-077-959-959-081-871-670. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for the show. And I'm joining from Summer. If I didn't point to this show this morning, I think I listened to the first day talking about following the numbers of your statement. In an investigation, they are distracted. And I think the police and the justice system will not follow those destructive action right now. Even though that in relation to this investigation, we're going to be some of our land now. Now, coming back to the opposition that are carrying the people for the release of those institutions. Yeah, I just think that it's reliable that the guy who committed the crime, the top suspect, has been in investigation for what? And these people did not come out. This was originally to say the taking this man out. So, the evidence that was
thank you. Thank you. 30 seconds, please. Let's go back to the line. This person.
So where are you? Yeah, quickly.
He condemned the action at the capital.
But man, before they even open the line, I even told them to stop. Oh.
So please, caller, please go ahead.
Oh man, yeah.
Hi. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Way. Let's
Thank
go
you,
back
Mr.
to the
Way.
line. We have to go. Our guest
Yeah,
is
we
here.
take just this person.
Obe,
The
we
person
have to go.
777-959-959. If you can go to the Lone Star and get this person through. Good evening. Good morning. Sorry. Yeah.
Good morning, Sidiki. Let's say you go
Sidiki
straight to the
Fofana.
point.
Morning, my brother.
No, it's
So,
different.
that's
That is,
the
no.
second one.
That is quite different.
Yeah.
It's different from the assault attack on the Capitol.
Go ahead, quickly. 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Let's hold you there. We have no time in our favor.
Yeah,
thank you, Fofana, for joining us as well. We'll go to Otaving to wrap up quickly.
Can
Yeah.
you squeeze this person in quickly?
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
this person.
squeeze up.
30 seconds, quickly.
We can tell what they call because
Go ahead.
people calling all day.
Good morning, you live.
Manja Vanik Bese Kroma, let's hear you. Another paralegal, former police officer. Oh, look at it. The criminal justice message will be political. Okay, go ahead. Where?
How did they slip? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We wish you the best as you have been quarantined as well.
Oh, quarantine.
The comment is going through a term of quarantine. You got mpox.
Yeah. So, come before I leave the radio, let me say this for the record. I'm a very peaceful citizen.
Okay.
There is no day I will not the first situation of the Capitol building on fire. I condemn the situation.
Okay.
And I'm condemning it again. But like Manja just said, I do not want the to be political than being professional. Because, your interest is this case here. Obey them bring the Capitol building. Funati Kofa and others bring Capitol building. Let's go into the nitty-gritty of the matter. Instead of fighting over the petty issue. No, they're not arguing, no preliminary conversation. No bill. No, man.
Thank you, Otaving.
Let's go into the full skills of the details of this case. And if they are guilty, they will bear the penalty and the consequences of their actions.
Thank you,
If they are
Otaving.
not, then the state will be on fire.
Thank you, Otaving.
But we don't want any process that will circumstance. That will be far from reality with due process.
Thank you so much. Moro, how would you like to close? 30 seconds, please. We have our guest.
Woman, no time.
Within 30 seconds, please. Yeah.
I respect my job running. Well, I see when that Gregor come up to see room. Now, everybody knows I'm not a big fan of Gregor come up. I'm not going to leave my wife. Of course, I do the next film there. I see my friend there. I prefer to be arguing than hearing Gregor come up. How did Gregor come up to see one of the objectives? That'll be fair. You saw Gregor come up first comment. Gregor come up more moderate and liberal in the is called implied in literature. You say you rule law. They say go through a rule of law. The other person will protest. Why you go be protesting?
Thank you.
And the rule of law is just going to the rudimentary of the law.
Thank you, Mr.
Issuance of quote bonds by commercial banks and each insurance companies without prior rating.
Bond, criminal appearance bond.
Yeah.
You should have them informed days before filing. So any commercial bank that will file criminal bond to the court, it must seek the consent
of the central bank
because they are the custodian of the banker's account as
Certainly.
well. Let's run for this break. Up next, we'll talk to Madam Nuzvet Wia. She is the corporate social a value officer at Orange Liberia. We'll correct that shortly. But let's come back after this break and talk about Orange Liberia.
Okay, after that break, we're back. Welcome to the final lap of the Care Morning Show here on Care Radio. And of course, our guest from Orange Liberia is here. So, Uben, we're here now, about to wrap up.
Yes, indeed. Let's go to our online page for those of you who this morning. Morris Saki says, following from King Joe. Thanks for joining us from King Joe. William Boema says, good morning, Obed. I'm watching live from my comfortable home in the United States of America. Thanks so much for joining us from the United States of America. Prince Royal Allison says he's following from Monrovia. Thanks so much for joining us. Raf Kemuka says, good afternoon from my end. I'm following from Saudi Arabia. Thanks for joining us. Fide Boy. Michelle says, official response from the concerned citizens. And okay, that was the previous one. Rufus Waters, Kukulati, and all of you watching. Let's share the video this morning. We have with us Madam Newsville Jenny. We are corporate social responsibility and corporate value officer at Orange Liberia. Good morning, and thanks so much for accepting our invite to be here this wonderful Monday morning.
It's good to be here. This is my first time.
Yeah.
My first time at here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How is Orange?
Orange is doing well. I'm sure you are aware that we've just inaugurated our multi-million-dollar office or building. We are the most responsible company in Liberia. bit. Yeah.
I like that.
Yes, when you're responsible, it's seen in everything you do.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm here this morning to let our subscribers and the people of Liberia know how responsible we are
Good.
to talk about the For Good Connections Day.
Great. And so with that, I would like to say, what is the detail surrounding this program for Good Connection? Sounds good. Wonderful name.
That's right.
How is Orange trying to do a good connection to the Liberian people?
Okay, so you know that there are many connections during the day, and we, again, as a responsible company, has to tell our users or the users of smartphones ways in which they could use the smartphone without being affected.
Okay.
Again, it is our duty to ensure that users of smartphone or the internet are informed of every happening in the world, not only in Liberia, but things that happen that go on the smartphone. And while we are talking about this, we've decided to inform the parents of children that are using smartphone.
Good.
According to the laws of Liberia, you have to be 18 years old and above to obtain a SIM card registered in your name. But as is now, we see parents are giving their children 9 years old, 10 years smartphones. And because we know that in the world of people are moving fast, everything is moving. Your children need to have phones, right? But they are not permitted
to own a SIM card
on their phones, but they are not permitted to just be left alone. We have to sound caution, a word of caution. As again, I told you about the responsible company. We are not just selling smartphones. We are not just providing data services. We are also informing the public of some of the dangers that come with using your internet, especially for our children from 11 to 15. So this is why the For Good Connections Day program is coming up this Saturday at the Invincible Park, and the time is 10 o'clock. Why this program? This program targeted towards children, phone users again, who are on the internet from 11 to 15.
11 to 15?
Yes.
Only?
Yes, along with their parents. Because we are not asking the children to come alone. We are asking the children along with their parents. Because there are things we are going to be telling the children. The parents themselves need to hear what we are saying. It's important that the children come, but the parents also come. We will be giving you facts about the internet. We will be giving you facts about the usage, the dangers, the side effects. So we are telling you parents, this is not another Saturday to just come, just leave the children or just go somewhere else. This is a Saturday to have an appointment with destiny. Because there are so many things that happen on the phone whilst you are away that you are not aware of. Some of them, and I will just be naming a few.
Let's name them.
We are focusing on number one, screen time, long screen time. As you spend time, hours on the phone, a couple of things happen to you. One of them is your eyesight.
Gets blurred.
Yes.
Okay.
Another one is you begin to lose your memory little by little. Yeah, because you are depending on the phone to give you information always. Before the coming of social media, of the internet, we used to study many times. We used to cram things. We used to go and recite things. Now the children, when they want to get any answer, they go to straight to exactly
ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. So what we are saying is that you need to own your children again. A lot of parents don't own their children as we speak. They don't even know their children because they don't know what the children do on social media. You give the child a phone and the child goes beyond, maybe that phone is for connecting with the family members or doing research.
Or trying to check on your child.
Exactly.
But
the child is going to places you have no idea they're going.
Group chats and things.
Not only group chats, they are going to sites that show pornography.
Oh,
They're
yes,
going
yes.
to sites that expose nude people.
Yeah.
They're going to all kinds of sites. These are the things we are trying to inform the parents about. They're under your roof and you know it, you don't have control over your children any longer. Number 2 is cyberbullying.
Mhm. That one is very interesting as well.
It is cyberbullying. So we hear stories, and I will just give you a gist of this.
Great.
We hear stories. One of the stories we hear is that a young girl had joined a new school, okay, and it was a new student,
Okay.
and the experience was so bad, it was negative.
Okay.
They said a whole lot about her because she didn't sound like them,
Mhm.
right? You know, when you have new students, maybe they have come from country or something, or they have come from the interior part of the country. You know, there are certain ways you would know that these people, yes,
Just come.
yes.
Mhm.
So the school entered the class. First day they bullied her. Second day she had this Facebook page and posted a picture, I think with red socks and blue socks. I just didn't match, miscolored, and they left her. What happened initially? I mean, she could bear the fact that they didn't like her, but then at the end of the day, she stopped going to school. I'm not gonna. Her mom would get her ready, and turn around and leave.
Wow.
There are things that are happening, like I said, you would not know your children if you don't check on them.
Yeah.
There are so many strangers in our homes today called children because we have given them phones and we leave them. There's nothing wrong with giving your child a phone, but you have to what?
Guide
it. You have to monitor. You have to ensure that you tell them the positive sides and the negative sides. The next one is appropriate content. I talked about it in passing by. You know, you have a lot of inappropriate content. You know, sometimes you see some videos, even as I am, some content on social media, I have to either block it from appearing on my timeline. People tag you. People send nude pictures. People send ugly videos, and our children are on.
And some bad conversations
yes.
as well.
Yeah. They are training them things that we used to be taught before that you cannot see when during those days. I'm talking about many years ago, right? When we were watching television, and every family member had only one television station and one television channel. Everybody's sitting and watching television. And when the time that even the man was about to kiss the woman, they would tell all of us, leave from here. Everybody here. But it's not like that anymore because the internet exposed these children to a lot of things. Yeah, so there are positive sides and there are negative sides. So if somebody wants to get to you, Obed, and they cannot find a way to you, they're going to use your child to get to you. And if they want to scam you, they want to run, and they cannot find a direct access to you. Your children that are using smartphone and are on the internet all day, regularly, they're going to, use those children to get to you. So many things that parents need to be aware of. And I told you from the beginning, maybe you to brag about Orange. I'm talking about the responsible company. Yeah. Because you people things that they don't know. When you're in business, you are supposed to inform your clients, your customers, your subscribers about the positive side and the negative side of things that you sell.
And I believe that now that is being very because a responsible person will tell you this is the way, don't do this, even as much as Orange just in itself platform, but it's also important to have parents educated about their children and how they go about using smartphones.
Yeah, so Saturday is going to be a great day because we are not going to just engage with the children. We're going to have a workshop.
Okay. With them.
Okay. Telling them. I gave you some of the statistics. We are not just talking. We are not just talking. In a minute, every minute, how many thousands of people are on the internet? We're going to tell you.
Okay. Yeah.
In a minute, how many thousands members steal from people's account, we're going to be telling you. So those are not only information for the children, they're information for the parents.
And that's why the parents, is very important to go along with
it's important that
the
the along because it's going to be interactive, where we are going to have a time of question and answer, a time where the children will ask us questions. They are on the internet, they know, the parents themselves know, but they don't know everything. So it's a whole activity where after we've done this, we take them. Now I told you about long screen time. When there is a problem, some children stay in their rooms after school or during vacation. They just stay in their rooms with their phones from morning till night. What happens is that they disengage from the society, the real world. They disengage. They think that social media is life only. If social media were life only, when something happens to you, you wouldn't need to call a friend. You just call social media, and social media will be there. You understand my point? So this is it. We need to engage children, parents. We all need to engage with the real world. When something happens, we call out to our neighbors, we call out to our siblings, we call out to our friends. But when you are on the internet 24/7, you disengage. What you do, you break with humans. You understand? Yeah.
And practically it happens. Like we're in this room, everybody just busy on their phone.
Yes.
No one to talk
Families now.
Real world.
Yes. When they are at lunch or dinner in the evening, everybody on the table, everybody's on the phone.
Instead of
everybody wants to have a conversation.
A conversation. You need a time to. We are taking them to the football pitch where they will play football. Play kickball, they will play sack race, they will have the sack race, and then interestingly, football icons, we're going to have some ambassadors. Lamfor, I think he's going to be here with me tomorrow on the next program, and we will have them engaging with the children.
Great.
Some children hear about Lamfor, some children hear about our great stars, but guess what? They haven't seen them. They will be taking pictures with them. And we also have, included some stakeholders. When you talk about children, you talk about the Ministry of Youth and Sports. We have engaged them. I've met a couple of the ministers. We've also met with the Ministry of Gender, because we're talking about children as well. Protection Agency. So we've met with those stakeholders. Also, the UN Women are also going to be involved.
Great.
We also have met with the Ministry of Education as well, because you have the ministry, the deputy minister in charge of the assistant minister, actually, in charge of that age group. So we have engaged with a lot of stakeholders. Whereas this is not just about Orange. This is about Liberia, and this our children,
saving
about our future,
saving the kids ahead of.
That's correct.
Let's also talk about how is it a selective process or so?
If you're listening to me, you're a kid and you are interested already, or you're a parent, all you need to do is to come to the Invisible Park. That's on this Saturday. That's the 14th of June. This Saturday, come. You're going to get registered. Okay, we're going to register you along with your child or children, and then we're going to give you a seat. Now, it's absolutely free of charge.
Free.
We are not charging a dime.
Wow.
Yes, because it's important to us to ensure this information goes across, and that everyone has access to this of information. You will not get this anywhere else. I'm telling you. For the kind of information that we are going to be sharing, Obed, you need to be there.
I'll come with my children.
Exactly.
Let me ask about the decentralization.
I'm coming quickly.
Yeah.
So what we are doing is, when you come, the children that are going to participate will be certificated.
Oh, wow.
That's
good.
That's good.
We are going to.
So if you have 10 children,
they are going to be certificated, and it's going to serve as a remembrance. It's going to serve for years to come. Because when you give a child a certificate, it's like you're graduating from maybe elementary school or kindergarten or something. That child cherishes that document for years. It hadn't of us would have still had
Oh,
our own,
that's
because you cherish it. That's like this has been recognized, I've been taught.
Yeah.
And this is this that I and those children are going to be our ambassadors.
great.
Because once we certificate you, we're going to be checking up on them. This is why.
To know as to whether
Exactly.
you
This is why we are saying the parents need to be present.
I was trying to ask as to whether you're going to decentralize this from the Invisible Park. Where next, if yes?
Excellent. So wherever there is orange, anywhere in the world, we have this
Program.
Good Nation State.
Great.
Everywhere there's orange.
Are there targeted number of kids you are anticipating?
So we anticipate like 200, 250 plus their parents. So we are expecting about
If you have
500.
1,000,
We will still. And the thing is that we want children to come. They're not attaching any fee to it.
Okay.
And we want children, again, please pay a minute.
Yes.
Please pay attention. From ages of 11 through 15. We don't want the 18 years old. According to according to or you're a woman. But
there's a big 15 years. How do you determine?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We expect people to be responsible again.
Great.
So you tell the truth so that you what we are doing. Okay. And again, when the parents come, they're going to tell us their children. So we're going to have a registration desk.
Okay.
Your name along with your children. Now, after that, you take a seat. We go through the ceremony where we're going to have the stakeholders making remarks. And then we start the workshop.
At what time?
10 a.m.
So
Saturday, 10 a.m. So from 10 a.m. and again, Liberian people, we don't want Liberian time.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Special time
And
called Liberian time.
11,
Yes. Once we can have people on time, we're going to start on time, and we're going to thing we were talking about with. Yes. So let's just stay there. We don't want people just coming because we say we give breakfast. You understand? We want people. We want the people who this program is intended for. Come. The people who this program is intended for. We want them. Those people to come.
Great.
Now, some
11 to 15 years only.
Yes. Some parents will say, but well, looking at the age of the child, sometimes there are some smart children of 13 in senior classes, and so the child is in senior class. It's time that the child handles phone or what have you. Though the child is below 15, they will say, but
but that's why it's happening.
Yeah.
Parents register their children's phones in their names until the children become 18 adults. According to the law.
Let's take this quick break. When we come back, we'll continue right here. Let's run for this break to know about the For Good Connection.
So we can take calls now.
sorry.
We can take calls, right?
After.
So you're a carrier? Yes, because the people want the parents and the children to come and learn about the Good Foundation today. Good Foundation? I understand how. You're the children, they like using to tell you the Kubuti and the Babati and the Mame. Say too low. Children problem. And some of them, it's too bad. That's some of the Kubuti. Say our children can come from. Please, parents, let's not on 240 and tell me your baby ask.
Okay, let's bring our kids on the 14th of
this June.
Yeah,
Yes, on Saturday.
Saturday.
Just on Saturday.
For the good connections, they will take calls shortly.
So we'll take calls on 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. Parents, if you have your kids, and of course, you've been listening to the one that will interact with you now, so that you can be a part to ask, or you want to make a comment, you can do so by calling 0777 9959 0777 959 9. It's a number you can use this time to be a part of the conversation, or better still, WhatsApp plus 231 778 504 829 are the numbers you can use. A part of the show here. This is Orange Connection Day. Those of you who always you listen to the lady, always you want to give your child the phone, or so you want to buy a phone for your child. Sometimes the children stay too long on the phone. Sometimes they misuse the phone. They stay too long on the internet. It is Orange Connections Day on Saturday. So parents, let's hear you. 0777 959 959 959 959. Placing your calls and hear what you have to say, or you want to make a comment. While we are with call, I will ask you this question. What about, see, sometimes I came across this video, number of students on the social conversation, that big name of boyfriends that can cheat, name of boyfriend that boys that are used in their uniform, children below the ages. But before that, let me get this question. This is Mr. Way. Your life. Okay. She will respond to 777 959 959 0777 959 959. Number you can use to be a part of the conversation. What is your comment? Or what question do you have to know more about Connections Day, which is up today, the 14th of June, to bring your children. He was asking about abilities, and of course,
okay, so we're here to talk about the day.
Yeah.
And with 12 years old,
that he's
that
not
he's
capable,
unable. The thing
yeah.
is, I'll come back to him.
Okay.
If his daughter, he trusts his daughter. If it's somebody that goes out, you know what I mean, can find a way. Yeah. Because I cannot sit here and just send her. Doesn't know how to get around. So if you can get around by herself and she knows that, then fine. But
okay, this person, come on. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
that's a fun question, because your children are your children, whether biological or non-biological. And you say you have 5 children. Children, that's one thing we need. The children of Liberia are our children. If we are only concerned about our biological children, then there's a problem somewhere, because every be a parent to other children. Please bring along those children, and one they can give account for them. Yes.
Yeah, because I think I wanted to ask us. You know, apparently a neighbor could say, "Well, this, but I can't make it." 077795995. Go to Saudi Arabia and in Enzo. Let me see if I can get Enzo. You're live this morning on the show. I'm trying to get him through. What is 07759955959 is the orange number you can use. We are talking about Orange Connections Day. That is later for this Saturday, and of course June 14th, where you have to bring all of your children, get them, at the park, and make sure that. So Kenzo, I think he slipped off. Yeah, and we'll go back to the local lines and get this person right on the line. This person, good morning. Hezekiah from 20th Street, let's hear you. Can you please for your monitor with getting terrible feedback? Okay, go ahead. You want to shift a little bit? Yeah, you want to shift a little bit. You're coming in distorted. Yeah. Go ahead. Mm. Okay. 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 All right. Thank you so much.
I wanted to ask him if he's coming with his children because they need to get the information as well.
So she's asking whether you're coming with your children. Say again. I think he slipped off. But let's go and talk to this. Kemokai is live. Kemokai, welcome. Kenzo, you're live. Okay, I don't know what.
Yeah, I think we can come back to our guests.
Yeah.
And then we move on. We're receiving reports across that we have to take some of our reporters to give us updates from the Monrovia Central Prison and other. Let's responsible company right here. I guess you follow some of the and others who are watching us as well on the program.
Saudi Arabia wants to weigh in. Yeah. You live now, Kenzo. Yeah.
I listened to the audio concerning issue to talk about. I'm not sure when it comes to that, but I got few recommendations.
One.
Talking the kids attending the internet, there should be a internet. They should be able to which site to make public and which make public. But the site everywhere to be able to see the kids there. Therefore, all that inside, we are not allowed to watch on the movie because the national
community, the country to block that particular side. Once they catch you washing it, diverted to your door, you face serious punishment for that. Orange can come out of that regulation too. They say no. Means if we stop like we went for graphic side for the staying side, other side of course.
Okay.
Problem to our kid.
Okay.
You understand? And second, when I come to the same, I have a problem when I come to the same direction. They might want to send out of a certain messenger, but that
Which problem? Be specific.
What are the problems?
indicating that they are not going to retrieve a messenger because saying that I'm not in the country.
Yeah.
The good of when I do registration, that particular problem not in existence to say since I'm not in the country.
Okay, Ralph, since in fact we're talking about the good day connection.
Good connections day.
Yeah. So let's restrict the conversation around there. Apparently the other team will
When
come
you
here
come,
and talk about that.
yeah, then we
But I'm encouraging you to tell your children back home. I don't know if you get child now, but please try to tell your siblings to go there. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's hold you right there. I think the portion where he talked about restricting size, we can talk about
Okay,
that.
so yes, Obed, I'm sure you are aware is a mobile network operator and not a mobile network or a regulator. You understand? There's a difference between a regulator and
Great.
I stop there.
Great. So in short term, Orange playing for power, so
service provider.
the regulator, leave it as it is. Other kids, I think you addressed that. Right. All right. So maybe we could summarize and wrap up and put us across the country. Today seems to be a basic. Could do that. How would you like to close? Especially the emphasis on the
For Good Connections Day.
Yeah.
Keep.
Great.
It is this day, and the venue, the Invincible. That's my fish market, and the time 10 a.m. Please on time, 10 a.m. and please come along with your children. For the children, because that was as well. The children you trust that can make the way around. Children who cannot, don't force them. I'm saying this.
Okay.
If you don't trust your children alone or on their own, have security presence as well because it's dealing with children. You know, this has to do with children.
Is there a specific closing time?
So from the morning from 10, let's say to 3,
Okay.
we are going to do our best. Again, once people come early, to start early because we have the workshop is key.
Okay.
The engagement is also key
Yeah.
because we are taking the children from just on being on the phone to now engaging with other kids. Another thing I didn't make mention of, and quickly I'd like to talk about it, is the children from the Lead Monrovia Football Academy.
Okay.
We have the Lead Monrovia Football Academy where you have both boys who are on the academy, who are learning how to play football, how to become stars, but they also go to school right there.
Yeah.
With the regular, and they're on the academy to their sport talents. So they're as well. Those children are coming to children. It's good to interact, learn things, play with your friends, learn what's good, what's bad.
Connection.
Exactly. And afterwards, your pool of friends. You're going to have new friends. We're going to be introducing you to. And again, like I told you, we key icons.
Footballers.
Yes.
That's all.
You're expecting more of it. You should take advantage of this one.
Yeah, opportunity comes. So let's bring our kids. Good connections. Tomorrow, more of this will be heard. Our program Inside Like Brian Princess Kamara. So responsible company is a testimony of their responsibilities to like your corporate social responsibilities, bringing thousands of children at a particular park, giving them knowledge, educating them alongside parents about the effect of social media and the positive things about social media or staying on the smartphone.
Yeah.
Just as early as 11 to 15 years, it means a whole lot. They are spending money in a library way
Certainly.
to help us help our children. Let's be there Saturday 11. That's 10 to 10 to the later on.
You say we are.
No.
No. 10 to later in the
In
afternoon.
the afternoon,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
So because our children are dealing with,
We
so
gotta go home.
you have to let them go as well. And it's going to be impact for parents. Do not miss this glorious opportunity from on here. So that's it. We'll take a final break. When we come back, we'll talk to us. Madam Newsville, we are thanks so much. And we wish you all the best as you continue to contribute. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Please, parents, let's bring and listen. I see you guys.
Don't forget to take your children there. We are now going Monrovia to speak with those who are out there in the field. It's a Monday, as Ober rightly put it. We are going now to speak with us, and of course to bring them up this morning. Let's go to Rufus. Rufus at the grounds of the Monrovia Central Prison. And welcome to the show this morning. Rufus, bring us specifically, where are you?
So, I've been at the Monrovia Central Prison along with Ralphie, who's here, they can say, Saturday and this morning, and that's what happens.
Okay, give us a picture of that surrounding the Monrovia. How is the atmosphere?
Well, so far, it is cool. That was there so far. The folks there from the Monrovia National Police, they are well posted. They have barricaded the entrances of the Monrovia Central Prison, but they are being very, very faithful to the things that the community they are going about their normal. They take one cars and flying the street as well. So far, we have not any sign of violence since our arrival. So we just wish that the web of the phone, the geopolitical fund is situated in just enter the of the Monrovia.
Were you able to speak with her?
No, she's not speaking with the media for now. She says she will begin. So probably she engage with the media.
Okay.
So far, we still here, and the security authorities are still being posted, and we were informed ground to make sure that the safe ground for today.
If you would describe to describe the mood of the police? What would you say? Their mood currently.
Very, very peaceful. The citizens that was they respect and acknowledge them. And so, they are so that the place is being barricaded. Those who enter, those no tension, no sound, nothing of the kind. Making very peaceful. The police are peacefully at home.
Okay. All right. That any other update? You let us know. Thank you, First and Princess Kamara at the Monroe Central Prison, popularly known as Sub Beach, were also gone today to do a live coverage there. As you may be aware, former Speaker Fonati Kofa and other lawmakers, they are currently at the Central Prison, and of course you listen to it. Let's on to see whether we can have a to Mariama Jallo, our judicial reporter, is at the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Mariama Jallo, we're trying to connect with her, bring her on, so that she can tell us the happenings there at the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Mariama is live on the line. Mariama, good morning and welcome to the show this morning. Are you there? Sorry, we're not getting you. Go ahead.
Thank you for having me.
Mariama, specifically, where are you this morning?
Well, I'm at the yard of the Supreme Court currently.
Okay. Give us a vivid picture of the Supreme Court. Describe the atmosphere.
The atmosphere is calm, just that the process of the Supreme Court is heavily guided by police officers carrying, riot gadgets and stuff. They have like killing with some of them wearing guns around the Supreme Court.
Okay, as been stated, posted opposition CDC, that they were to grounds of the Temple of Justice on today. Say to that effect, do you see any supporters of the CDC? If so, how are they?
Well, not yet. We've been here since this morning following this. There are no supporters of the CDC. They are yet to arrive, but we anticipate they are coming. A few minutes ago, I spotted one of the lawyers from the Defense Council, Senator Masakwe, around here in some part of the civil law court there. But no supporters from the CDC or any opposition community here yet.
Okay, so you've been there for a couple of minutes or hours now. Have you heard anything? Maybe passers by. What are some of the things you're hearing from passers by? Bystanders. What are the conversations you say that are surrounding this morning's event?
There's a lot going on over, this morning on my way into Texas, I was hearing so many rumors on how that most of the citizens are saying this is coming from posts they have seen from and government officials that are labeling this as politically motivated, even someone of the community. And we are coming here for really to see what's going to unfold. But till then, there's been no supporters of PDP. We are still here. I had a conversation with few of the staff at the Supreme Court this morning. They just praying for peace and they don't want anything to impose anything that will lead to, instability. But yeah, so this is still coming.
Okay. so much, and of course, remember your safety.
Thank you.
Maria Manjalo is our judicial reporter. She's there at the grounds of the Temple of Justice, and of course, if story unfolds, goes on, we will be here. Now go to our man Okwe, who is also in the field as well. Will bring us up to speed. His location will I'm told he's should be at the or around the headquarters of the opposition Congress for Democratic Change. So we will go to James Walkway. He will tell us exactly what is happening there. The CDC headquarters. If we can get through, then we let's call it a day. And of course, here we end call the show a day. Yeah, conversation. As a matter of fact, it is 10 o'clock already. And of course, James Walkway, we are not getting, so we call it a day here. That's how we come to the end of today's of the KM Morning Show. My name has been Jefferson. Obed Chiba has been here as well. Of course, thanks to you for listening. All of you, thanks for playing the listening role and watching us. Then the news is up next. Give me the file there.